lean into the joy of our lives, lean into the possibility of healing, because sometimes things don't happen. A lot of times, actually, I'm not a believer in everything happens for a reason. I don't believe that. Some things don't happen for a reason. I think that toxic positivity is really dangerous,
Yes.
because there are certain things that, especially connected to abuse and big tragedy and living with chronic illness, or living when, with a mental health disorder, like that doesn't happen for a reason. That's not necessarily there to like teach us something about ourselves, right?
Right,
And
right.
so that's why I'm a big believer in healing one day at a time, in
Mm-hmm.
pacing ourselves through our healing and getting up close and personal with it being a forever friend, a
Yeah.
forever love. Because at the end of the day, healing for me, I define it as radical self-awareness and
Mm-hmm.
self-advocacy,
Mm-hmm.
and making the choice every day to look at myself in the mirror and say, I got you, even
Mm-hmm.
when it's really, really, really hard.
Yeah.
As an adult who walks through the world with diagnosed OCD, anxiety, and depression, and who takes medication for that, and who sees a therapist for that, I'm very vulnerable and open with my mental health, because I think people see me and the books and the classes and the platform as like, oh, she doesn't really get it. She's not walking through the world with anything. And just because you can't see my trauma or my pain doesn't mean I'm not walking through the world with anything, right?
Yes.
And so
Yes.
destigmatizing certain things when it comes to healing, and like how healing can be a self-soothing tool, and how it
Mm-hmm.
can be an invitation to welcome joy in our
Yes.
lives.
Yes.
I think that
Yes.
is so important, to not just think that we're healing our pain and our ailments and our trauma, but we're also giving ourselves permission to be with the joy that shows up at our door.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. That's so beautiful. Thank you. And I love that you're such an advocate and so open, and you've that's another way you've inspired so many, and you've been an inspiration to myself as well, when it comes an inspiration to me. Sorry guys, grammar. uh because there's so much, it's so that vulnerability that you have with yourself, that like if there's no one else in the room, that
Right.
vulnerability that you have with yourself, just getting really real and raw with yourself, and
Hmm.
being able to say, okay, I still love me, and and I'm not judging myself, and this is all of me, and being able to kind of go from that point, because you have to start there. I can't like cherry pick your experiences,
Right.
and I hear that too often with clients, sort of like, well, I used to be like this, and now I'm like this, and it's because these things happened in my life. But it's really like, no, that's all of you, honey. That's all. Every single part is
Hmm.
you, all of you. You
Hmm.
can't cherry pick the parts that you liked, that you didn't like.